Hello everyone and welcome to a fun-packed Africam show. Welcome to you all. Beautiful view here at King's Camp. Oh, this is very close. Hi. Hello, Cheppy. Sorry, completely sidetracked. Welcome everyone. This is a live and interactive show. That elephant's very distracting. Please send us all of your questions and comments as you join us for this afternoon show with some stunning elephants here at King's Camp in the Timbavati, a location I actually know rather well. I actually started my career here at King's Camp. Oh, I thought we were going to get to see a really good scratch there on that tree. Just imagine the generations of various mammals that have scratched on that tree there. Dane NC, good morning, Kelly. Thank you for being here. It's an absolute pleasure. Welcome to the show. I'm also excited for the show. I've actually got some squash with some lemonade here with me today. Zygote, hi Kelly, namaste, namaste. Straight back to you, Zygote. Thank you so much for joining us. I thought we were going to see one of those classic elephant scratches there on that tree. But I love looking at these, these trees that are caked in mud and all the big trees that we see in the bush. Imagine what they've seen, how long they've been around. Imagine how much pressure this tree must have been under over the years with various things scratching and rubbing on it. It's been an absolute trooper to hang in there, I think. I'm sure we've been seeing lots of activity at lots of these pans and dams that we've got cameras on lately. I know it's been very dry in the area, and I'm sure these beautiful water points are drawing the wildlife from far and wide. I really enjoy it. I must admit, I haven't spent hours and hours with these. So it's really exciting for me when I do get a chance to come and have a look at them and see what's happening. Who else have we got here? But I'm not sure if anyone watching has ever noticed that the animals almost, I don't want to say a timetable, that's far too strict. Oh, have we got a kudu in the distance there? But almost have a timetable, a schedule for when they come for a drink. Who else have we got? Jean Gale, good morning. Looking forward to the show. Also got hot coffee, Glenda Newman Craft. Hello from India. Ooh, welcome from India. Home from surgery. Wow, on your right carotid artery with kiwi and strawberry water. I suggest, Glenda, you rest up lots after your surgery and enjoy the cameras. Maybe next show you can come and give us all an update of what's been happening. Amber Co, happy Tuesday to all. Coffee and muffin here. Good call, good call. Mr. HUAE 87. Red tea and cake. That sounds delightful. That was a kudu in the background. Look at that lovely big male kudu there. And I also find it really interesting at these pans how everyone is not always, but very often respectful of everyone else's space. Oh, look at these lovely boys. What a lovely shot. Mindy Tillapau. Kelly, always a joy to hear your voice. Oh, thank you, Mindy. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Casper's 3RD Ghost. Good day from Milwaukee. Hi, Kelly, ready with hot coffee. Lots of coffee going on out there today. And Bridget McKinney. Hi, back to you as well. Thank you so much for all of you being here. Hello, boy. Oh, it's so nice. So often when kudus, they stop and they look like that. If you're there in person, they often stop and they look and then they bolt. But this boy just stopped and had a look, and look at him. Absolutely unfazed. Completely unaware that everyone here is watching him and seeing what's going on. That is a huge set of horns there. Of course, these horns on kudus They can, obviously it's dependent on age, but it can also be genetic. So if a very wide horned bull is the father of other males, their horns can also be very, very wide across, whereas others, they can be longer or smaller, similar to the colorations in many animals. Kudu's horns can also be fairly well factored. Oh, oh, oh! No, man, don't chase them. Let them share. I was going to say how animals do often respectfully share, but not all the time. It could still be. This is not one of those respectful sharing moments. This looks like a be nice. This looks like a fairly young bull to me, I think. And he's typically demonstrating adolescent male behavior there. I'm sure we've all seen elephants chasing everything from other elephants to lions to ducks. Oh, look at that kudu. Come, boy, just be nice. April Owl, good morning, everyone. A bit late, but happy to be here. April Owl, welcome. You missed. Hey, look, this kudu's not backing down, hey? Oh, that's so. There's no need to do that. April Owl, you missed a lovely close-up shot of a lovely elephant having a drink. And these big kudu bulls have been coming in from the right-hand side of the screen and being unceremoniously removed by this cheeky elephant. That was a strange noise. Just get on with your drinking, boy. Oh, there we go. But yeah, water gets very, very scarce this time of the year. I've seen many reports of very dry conditions. I know in some of the estates there's been huge damage done to people's gardens where animals are looking for food, and I've seen there's also been reports of a couple of fires in the Lowveld, putting a lot of pressure on many of these animals. Is something walking back towards him again? No? Okay, he's gone. Assumed to be chasing some other competitor of some description. Probably those poor goodies again. He's not letting them come in here. Oh no, they've come around the other side. There we go. Well played, boys. There we go. You go around there and have a nice drink, boy. Look, the other one's gone around the other side of the elephant. Oh, what a lovely shot of these boys drinking. It's these remote cameras. I know we always all go on about it, but it's so cool to be able to watch without affecting. See this canoe on the left here. Physically, it doesn't look huge, but he's got an amazing set of horns. And this could be down to what I was saying earlier. He might not be as old or mature as other animals, but because of genetics, he's got stunning big horns. Well done. I'm glad you boys are getting a drink as well. I want the elephants to have drinks too, but I think they should share nicely. It's I know from guiding in these reserves, even during the wet season, I personally do not, unless maybe one or two circumstances I might, but generally I don't stop at water points, either inside or outside of the dry season, because these animals need to drink. And while it's lovely for humans or we're there with our guests to stop at you know, everyone has the visions of stopping at a lovely big dam and, you know, having a gin and tonic or whatever it is we're having. It is nice, but ultimately it will stop these animals from coming to drink. And we don't know. I'd be interested to hear actually, anyone that watches these cameras a lot, have you seen these kudu before? Sometimes they're fairly easy to recognize the big males with, you know, slightly different horn shapes or patterns. But we often don't know where these animals have come from. We don't know how far they've walked. They could have walked, you know, 3, 4, 5 kilometers to get a drink. And then if there's a metal box full of humans there chatting and laughing over a sundowner, they can't come for their drink. So while it is nice for humans, and you know, maybe if it's a special photography session or something like that that's been specially booked, you might persuade me to stop near a dam. Certainly not in the dry season, and I do try and avoid it if I can. Zygote, yeah, they are indeed smart kudu, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm getting his get it. I can't quite see what he's trying to get into there. Is he scratching or is he trying to feed in there? Jack de Bourg. This is cool. This is very, very cool. And Jack, I'm not sure how often you've watched these cameras, but it's so cool being able to watch these animals completely unfazed, undisturbed. Is he trying to eat in there or have a scratch? It could be that there's some sort of greenery that's at the base of that tree that's had a bit more protection, has been a little bit trickier for the herbivores to get to. There might have been some left there. Careful, boy, you're gonna bang your horn on that. Stonk. Bridget, yeah, I can also hear that elephant in the background. I did see some more way at the back on their way in. But this is so nice watching this lovely big kudu bull. I love their can anyone tell me? I don't think the technical professional name for the fur under their neck is a beard. I don't know what it's called. If anyone is able to give me the formal official name for that, please do let me know. But that beard under his neck there, like there's that other one coming on, they always look like they've been straightened and conditioned and almost like dip dyed. What's that hairstyle? Ombre? Any hairdressers out there? I'm not a frequent visitor to hairdressers, but it's amazing how well conditioned they look, and they look like they've been combed and brushed. And see, what are they doing in there? I don't think there's any food on those sticks. Ah, okay. Yeah, did he eat that? Did he actually break it off, or was he just chewing? Doing what elephants do with branches, just on a slightly smaller scale, maybe, and trying to get to the nutrients inside the outer layer of bark. I see there is greenery in this shot, but obviously on the stick, chewing on the sticks is more nutritious, and it might be guarri at the bottom of that bush. It's a bit difficult to see, but I do know magic guarris have got very leathery leaves. I can't believe they would be particularly high in nutrition. It's why they're still there. Grey Gurway bird in the background. It's actually that big tree on the left there. It's good that that's still standing. And this other big tree in the background. Often I see by the end of dry seasons or during dry seasons, it's difficult to maintain their status. These trees often lose out and get pushed over. Kelly's way in the background. Hey, we've got some more elephants. Now this is our new camera here, Hyena Pan in Botswana. Also, you can see immediately that looks pretty dry. And a lovely elephant family coming in here. Now you see this, looks like this female closest to the camera here. I would guess immediately female because she's got a very square head. That's one of the ways I use to sex males and females. It can sometimes be quite difficult, I think. This female who's drinking here, she's got, it looks like a bit of fluid coming down from her temporal glands. This is not a bull in must, obviously, because it's a female. And that tells me they might be under some sort of pressure, some sort of emotional disturbance. It could be they're excited, it could be they're under water pressure. And it does look very, very dry. So this is our new cam here at, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that, Karway Private Reserve, Khwai, Karway Private Reserve. Very exciting that we've got another new camera added to the many cameras we already have. Zygote, dewlap. No, I don't think it's a dewlap. Dewlap, I know eland have dewlaps, and that's sort of like and leopards have dewlaps. That to me is like a flesh thing. It's like a meaty bit under a neck. But that's just hair under kudus. Mindy, yeah, hair waddle. I think I'm going to start calling that thing under a kudu's neck a hair waddle. I like that a lot. Okay, bowl of kittens, beard, fringe. Maybe I'll stick with beard, although I do really like hair waddle. Kwahi, apologies out there. Kwahi Private Reserve, Karwai, Kwahi. And see how these elephants look. They've moved closer to this water point where it looks to me this is where the water source is, and they had a little drink there over by the pan, and they've moved closer to this what appears to be an incoming water source. This I've watched the elephants in Madikwe do many times when I first started there. And why wouldn't they? Who would want to go and drink out of a icky puddle rather than come and drink this lovely fresh clear water, which is what it looks like in that. Oh, where are you going? What's going on there? That was weird. That was a really fast exit and then a stop. Let's move that down to another bit of my screen. She sort of went, right, we're going over here now. And went over there and then stopped again. This is a beautiful pan though. I think this is the first time I've seen this. Lovely big water. Oh, lovely. Aldonio zebras. See this? See that zebra in the middle there? It's sort of fiddling with its nose. It's stopped now. There he goes. Now this is, some people might say that this zebra's phlegm and grimacing. So same way as cats do, if they're from a nasal organ, they're lifting their noses to get a better smell of things, to almost taste what's in the air. To me, what that zebra was doing, it looked more like botflies sometimes lay their eggs under the lips of zebras. I think it's botflies, and it makes them very itchy under their lip. I haven't even thought about those flies for years, so I'm going to go and do some reading to see if I'm telling lies afterwards. But that to me looked like this zebra was trying to itch its upper lip rather than that phlegm and grimace there. Okay, it seems we might be having a bit of a problem over there. So let's come back to this beautiful elephant family at the reserve that I can't say. Back to hyena pan. Okay, I think this female might have actually moved away then, because there was some humans nearby. Maybe it was a very definite "I'm leaving," and now she's thinking about coming back again by the looks of it. Cory, yes, these babies are incredibly cute, and this is a really nice open area actually that I'm sure it's a great place for a camera. It's nice and open, there's lots of space, there's great field of view, and I'm sure we've seen lots of lovely little babies playing here, splashing in the water. See, it's lovely and open there. You could pick out something along the edge all the way around the bank of this pan. It's nice having these lovely open viewpoints. I'm sure it will be thicker than this after we get some rain. But as we all know, and we've all seen before, vegetation around the edge of pans can hide a multitude of things. And it can often be very frustrating. Something will stick its nose out, or a head or an ear, and then you never get to see it again. But this is beautiful and open, and I'm sure it would be nice and easy to pick out anything that may be strolling in across there to have a drink. Hey, look at that little one on the left there, playing with that half a tree there. Got his trunk wrapped around the top of it. Go on, little one, give it a good shove. Maybe also trying to have a scratch under their trunks. And lifting his trunk, having a smell, seeing what's going on here. There is that a tiny one under there having a drink. Oh, Vid, sorry, Vid. Yeah, I can absolutely talk a bit more about the wet marks. You can see it on that female at the very back there. It's the gland. I've actually done quite a lot of reading on these glands. There's a lovely little baby having a drink under there while I'm talking. People often associate them with elephant bulls in must, and they pour from there. They're called their temporal glands because that's where they are. They're on their temples. It's as simple as that. So temporal glands, the glands are on their temples, and they pour with a fluid. And I've spent hours trying to work out exactly what that fluid is. It comes from the temporal gland, but that's as much as it's just created in the temporal gland. And it can often be, people often say, oh, this bull's in must because, look at his temporal glands. For me, it's more about, it's a sign of, then some people say it's a sign of stress. Some So if an animal, if an animal's under feeding pressure, if there's not much water, if they've had a fight with another elephant, or if they've just, if it's a negative feeling, that will also flow. But from what I've seen, it can also sometimes be just emotion, high emotion. I don't really understand exactly why it happens. But Vid, I do know it's not just visible in elephant balls in must. It is visible in them, but also many other elephants will display it. And likewise, if there is no temporal fluid visible, it doesn't necessarily mean that that animal is not showing, not having an emotional reaction. It's fascinating, actually, Vid. If you start scratching the surface on lots of these things, you fall into a bit of a rabbit hole of, I ended up in what is the actual makeup of that temporal solution, and you know but yeah, as with so many things in nature, we pick up a little bit of what we know on the surface, and then there's so much more to learn. Oh wow, this really is open here. But Vid, yeah, with pleasure. The temporal glands, um, I've never spoken about temporal glands in relation to any other animals, other than elephants, because they're so visible. I saw that little bird flitting up and down then, and my gut reaction when it was flying said it was a drongo, which is a massive sweeping statement. Um, but the way it sort of flitted halfway down and then sort of spun and flew back up again, to me that was possibly a bird catching an insect. And we often find drongos. Mm, uh, yes, very difficult to ID a bird from that. Could be a starling, could be a drongo. I think I'm going to stick with fork-tailed drongo. Fork-tailed drongos do, as we know, often follow larger mammals. And as the larger mammals kick up or flick up insects, those little drongos will come. It's called hawking. They will come and they will grab an insect on the wing and then scoot back up to one of their perches there. Ah, back at King's Camp. Oh, look, there's another little family of elephants. It must be constant in this dry season. I actually love listening to them drink. Bowl of kittens. Are temporal secretions for communication? That is a really good question. I don't know. I don't think they're used for communication in the sense like other glands might be used for communication, as in, pedal glands in feet of cats, or orbital glands under the eyes of some of the antelopes, whereby their secretions are wiped on things as a form of communication. However, I have never heard anyone discuss temporal glands around communication with elephants, but now you mention it, again, I'm going to have a look a bit further into that, because there's always a reason for everything, and that's why I was doing so much reading. Is I was like, yeah, we all talk about these secretions, but why, how, and why? So bowl of kittens, that's a brilliant name. I don't know. I'm going to find out more. That's a really, really good question. If anyone else has got any thoughts on whether or not those secretions are used for communication, I've never heard anyone saying that they're like rubbed on anything as a form of communication? Vid, brilliant. I'm glad you find it interesting, but we don't even know half. We don't even know a tenth about these animals. So if you find it interesting, go and do more reading about it. Elephants are incredible animals, and they have been researched quite a lot because they obviously are such an iconic species. But Vid, go and do more reading. It's how we. There's no sort of okay, there's guiding schools, but most of this that I know comes from, and exactly like Bowl of Kittens. I don't know if they're used for communications, but that's the beauty of nature. I want to know. And if you find it interesting, you go away and do some research into elephant emotionality. It is mind blowing. It's absolutely mind blowing. Um, and it's a passion for learning about these animals that keeps all of us that do these shows. It keeps us engaged. It keeps us excited, and we know we can't even see the tip of the iceberg um, of what there is to learn about animal emotions, animal behaviour. Um, I've recently been certified as a animal behaviourist, but more companion animals. My passion for behaviour obviously came from watching wild animals, and now I'm starting to understand and dive deeper into the emotionality of animals and the way the emotions affect them and different behaviors that can be seen as a result of emotional disturbances. And it blows my mind. But I'm going to find out exactly almost everything in animals. There's a reason for nature. Nature doesn't happen by accident. Ah, here we go, goosey goosey. I met this goose a while ago. I must admit, Kirsten, I haven't been following closely on this goose's story. How's it going there? How many? Oh, that's how it's going there. Ah, thank you for showing us. Oh, look, it's covering them up. Is there 2 eggs in there now? Oh, look, she's tucking them in. I don't actually know if that's a he or a she. Um, oh, look, snuggling those eggs down. Yeah, Kirsten, that does look like only 2 eggs. How many started there? Do we know? Oh, that is so cute. Oh, no. Hey, that's why she's covering them up. She's going off somewhere. Hey, but how cool is that though? They got tucked in before they left. Oh, what a shame though, if they started off with 3 and now just down to 2. I almost see there's part of me that really wants to stay here and see if anything comes, but then if something untoward did occur here, I don't know if I'd want to be present for it. I'd be screaming down the camera. No, put it down. That's going to be one snuggly blanket though. I can't remember when did we first see this nest? It's at least I was going to say at least 2 weeks ago. It's 3 weeks ago. What a shame that there's only 2 eggs now. And I do recall we were talking before about what could predate on eggs. So maybe that is indeed what has happened here. It looks windy there. I wonder what the temperature is at Stony Point at the moment. That looks jolly chilly. And I'd also be interested to see if anyone has anyone watched this camera from the time a goose has left to the time they've come back? Any of the viewers out there, I would be super interested to hear roughly how long this couple will leave their eggs covered up like that? Because I honestly don't know. How in that wind, I wouldn't have thought it would be that long. But I wouldn't even want to guess really, because there's, I mean, that's a nice goose, literally a goose down duvet though, so maybe they'll stay tasty warm for a while. But yeah, I've followed several Egyptian goose families now, and you get incredibly attached. I remember I was on one of the cameras once, and I would almost race into work in the morning to see how many babies there were. I'd do a baby count every morning. Elephants. Oh, oh wow, this actually makes me quite emotional. It's been quite some time since I've seen this scene, and I'm going to be back seeing it again very soon. But man, I love this river. Bowl of kittens. No, it's a pleasure. They've got great senses of smell, and it's a solution that comes from inside of them. So I don't know why they wouldn't be able to smell it, the solution from the temporal glands. But I don't know. Then my brain goes, well, maybe it would. Would the solution smell different if it was due to fear, or due to excitement, or due to physical stress? That's a really interesting. I'm actually going to write it down, otherwise I will forget. Bowl of kittens. I'm going to find out more. But excuse me, I'm just going to write it down or I will forget. I've written down temporal gland reason to do some more reading around that. Thank you for your encouragement of wanting to know and understand more. It makes me very happy. But oh, look at this scene. I just want to go and get back to the bush. These beautiful big trees that overhang these rivers. I've got no idea what that is. Could be a jackalberry. But these trees that have been there for hundreds of years on these ancient scenes. It's so peaceful. Oh, you can't. It's that Oliphant's Bridge. Oh, gives me goosebumps thinking about these big rivers in the Kruger. I can't wait to get back there. There's a little bird tweeting in the background there that might have been a pied wagtail, but my birds are so rusty. But pied wagtails often found around the water's edge. And of course, the start of September is a herald of the start of spring. I'm in the UK at the moment. It's the autumn, and I'm literally going to be a swallow this year. Hey, Cory, white-fronted bee-eater. Yeah, you're probably right. My birding is so rusty. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Yes, there we go. I heard that. That is definitely white-fronted. I thought I heard a tweety bit, but no, well done. But yeah, all the bee-eaters, swallows, all the migratory birds are going to be making their way back to South Africa soon. I think some have already even started. I'm sure I saw online somewhere someone's already seen their first kite. One of their kites has already made it back there. Great times for birding. Yeah, I plan to spend that. Do. Cory, did you hear that one? Bleep, bleep, bleep. That was just behind there. Oh, you've seen the warbags. Whoop, whoop. Summer's coming. Yeah, I'm gonna be enjoying these rivers very, very much, and you often see it. It looks like a group of bulls down there. Did Mrs. Egyptian Goose pluck her own down for the nest? Yeah, I would say probably. Absolutely, maybe between the two of them they shared. But it's the same as when you think about who is it? The hornbills. They don't. That's all. That's also a misnomer. They don't completely pluck themselves naked in the nest because that would be very silly. But many birds line their nests with their own feathers, so that's a true sign of motherly love or parental care. Very, very special. April owl apparently has come to yeah, cover eggs with down before leaving. I think it makes complete sense. It would help with camouflage. It would help with warmth, and yeah, it makes complete sense. Whoa, safari hook in Namibia. Look at this guy. Beautiful big Cory bustard. I saw these quite often in Madikwe, but these are stunning birds. I've only ever seen them displaying. I've seen them display maybe 2 or 3 times. This is another new camera for us. Wow, there's so many exciting new streams coming on recently. And his bottom end of his tail, it almost looks like ostrich feathers. I heard someone once call one of these baby ostrich, which is close. Um, yeah, very, very large birds. But when they display, they've got a very, very deep, unique call. Actually, let's see if I can find it. I don't actually know if this will work on a camera like this. Let's try. Cory bustard. This is what they sound like. It does, yeah. Laura, it does sound like something choking. And the beard on the male greater kudu is called a throat mane. Throat mane. I also like that very much. But yeah, it does definitely sound like something choking, and that's almost a territorial, but it's quite loud. It travels quite a long way. Another thing I've noticed about Cory bustards, they're quite shy birds. I don't think I've ever had a particularly relaxed sighting with one. And what I noticed was if I stopped the car, it would walk sort of away from me behind, and if I drove the car forward, it would turn and go in the opposite direction. Yeah, they don't like being watched. So having this camera here is very, very cool and a lovely opportunity to see these very shy birds without impacting their natural behaviour. What a fabulous afternoon stroke morning stroke night wherever you are. Very, very cool things to see on the camera. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the goose family, and I'm also going to be doing some more research about elephants and their temporal gland reasoning. Thank you all so much for joining us. Oh, what a beautiful bird. I really hope we will see you all again soon. Keep your eyes on the cameras. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thanks very much. Bye bye.